Minnesota Vikings will have some decisions to make this offseason with their vaunted linebacking core. And in simplest terms, if it comes down to rolling with the veteran team captain Anthony Barr and his massive contract extension, or throw some decent free agency cash at former UDFA linebacker out of Cincinnati, Eric Wilson. What's it going to be, right? Is it going to be the old veteran, or is it going to be the walking turnover? Also, it's weird to say that Anthony Barr is the old veteran, but given the composition of the Vikings roster, yeah. It's weird, right? Now, I don't think that the Vikings will keep both. I think in a sub-package world where you generally have two linebackers on the field, I don't think it makes a ton of sense to pay three linebackers on premium deals. Also, if Eric Kendricks wanted to raise, we can work things out, but nah. Unless the Vikings are moving to a 3-4, or a 3-3-5 nickel or something like that, yeah, which I would be okay with, but probably it's whatever. So I think that it will come down to one of Anthony Barr and Eric Wilson is going to be here, and one is going to leave town. So what's it going to be? Anthony Barr, number 9 overall pick in the 2014 draft, Mike Zimmer's first draft selection. I remember he's an edge rusher at UCLA, and then they turned him into a linebacker. Now, I get the premise of, hey, just turn him into a hand-in-the-dirt defensive end, but coming up on 29 years old, I mean, that's a lot of lost time, because he was really raw and unrefined as a pass rusher coming out of UCLA, even though he had 2 phenomenal seasons in Westwood, because, I mean, he was a running back before. So I don't know if you can just change that on the fly. I mean, it's kind of fun to play around with. It's fun to do on Madden, but nah. He's in the middle of a 5-year, $67.5 million extension they signed in the 2019 offseason. Remember, it's like, oh, he's going to sign with the Jets, and then everyone was like, baby, come back. He's due a $12.3 million base salary this year, $7.1 million of which guarantees on March 19th, the third day of the new league year. The Vikings would save $7.7 million in cap space this season if they cut or traded him before that deadline. But yes, team captain, 4-time Pro Bowler, tore his pec week 2 against the Colts, missed the bulk of the season. And then Barr, like Anthony Barr gets a lot of poop from the fans because of the massive contract, because of perceived lack of production, as well as Zimmer when he alluded to him coasting in 2016. Like, that just sticks around. It's weird, right? But the Vikings, clearly missed his size in the run game, as well as leadership this year, because Barr, of course, was the green dot sideline communicator guy. He got the calls, he lined up the defense, and then after he went down, that role went to Eric Wilson. Wilson, 2017 UDFA out of Cincinnati, made the roster, special teams ace, and then a spot starter. Eventually took over the weak side linebacker job from Ben Gedeon, and then this year, played on a second-round RFA tender, which about $3.5 million, and then took on that Anthony Barr role after 55 went down. Had 102 tackles, 3 sacks, 3 picks, 2 fumbles recovered. Human turnover machine. No big deal. As well as broke up 8 passes. He is the Vikings' best pass-rushing linebacker. Yes, that includes Anthony Barr face. Also, his coverage skills are pretty damn good. Like, they're not up there in Eric Kendricks' world, but again, who is? But the biggest issue, of course, is missed tackles. He had 20 missed tackles this season. At 230, he's 25 pounds lighter than Anthony Barr, and he doesn't have that size to be able to scrape through the trash and get to the ball carrier. And yeah, that is the main drawback, especially at linebacker, when, yes, it is awesome that you can cover and you can make turnovers, but stopping the run, getting tackles, that is still the number 1 job for a linebacker. Wilson was better when Barr was here, and then Anthony Barr was on that strong side. Wilson was able to be on that weak side, have a little bit more space to operate, especially in that base defense. Eric Wilson is going to be an unrestricted free agent this offseason. SpotRack estimates his market value at about $9.1 million per year. Now, if the Vikings do want to keep Wilson around, they can certainly scrape that together. Hashtag cap is a myth. Cutting Anthony Barr and freeing up that $7.7 million will go a long way to do that. So if they want to keep Wilson, they certainly can. So the question is, what's going to happen? Who will the Vikings pick? So the sentimental pick is Anthony Barr, Zimmer's first draft pick, and Rick Spielman made him the number 9 overall pick, plus gave him that massive extension. So, I mean, just in terms of incumbents, I think that Barr could have an edge there. Team captain, leadership. At minimum, will be back on a pay cut, lowering his 2021 cap hit. I'm not sure if you restructure him because you restructure players that you see here for the long haul. And I don't know, like, do you really want big cap hits on a linebacker who's going to be 30 years old in the 2022 season? I don't know. Plus, the Vikings, if they went with Barr, they do have Troy Dye on the roster, the 4th-round pick out of Oregon, who is much closer to Eric Wilson in terms of a 1-to-1 replacement. But the Vikings might go with Wilson based on age and salary. He's 3 years younger, plus Barr is coming off of that injury. And yes, the splashy plays are nice, but like we said, Wilson really just needs to get better at the point of attack, make more tackles, which is still the main job of the linebacker. So I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be really, really close. You're going to have to flip a coin. And there are merits to both. Again, I think it's unlikely that they keep both. But with free agency and the new league year only being 8 weeks away, this is going to have to be a conversation the Vikings will have to have very soon. So either way, a big piece of the Vikings defense for the last couple of years is probably not going to be here in 2021. So as things turn. But your thoughts, Barr versus Wilson, let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work, post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.